Good morning from Nuremberg, Germany.
Nuremberg is the second largest city in Germany.
And we were originally going to spend an entire week here, but we decided we wanted a little bit more adventure since we're coming to the end of this year's travels. We will be going to 7 different Christmas markets in 7 European cities in 7 days over 5 different countries. It sounds a little bit crazy, but
we're ready.
We're ready. We've been doing a week each at the last couple cities, which was more than enough time, but we're coming to the end of this year's travels, and we wanted to see more Christmas markets. We're really having a great time. The kids are having a great time, so want to do something a little bit different. We know we're going to be exhausted, and the kids are going to be exhausted, but we're going to try to make the most of it. We're going to have as much fun as we can.
So we started off the Christmas markets in Vienna, then we moved on to Budapest, Bratislava, and then Prague, and now we're in Nuremberg.
Yeah, we were supposed to spend a week here, but we've been seeing tons of videos online and tons of posts about different Christmas markets, and they look amazing, and we're truly having a great time at them. It's our first year at the Christmas markets. We always wanted to make it to them, so we want to try to fit in as many as we can. So we took a 5-hour train to Nuremberg from Prague yesterday. There was one change. We missed our connection. We had to wait around an hour. The kids were absolutely miserable. It was probably one of the worst travel days that we've ever had. We didn't get any filming done because with the kids and like toting around all our luggage, we have a bunch of stuff. We've traveled this year through 4 seasons, so we have a lot of stuff, and we packed as lightly as we could. But it's tough traveling through that many seasons with 2 little kids, all the stuff that we need to lug on and off the trains. So it's just not fun. So we took the train ride here in Nuremberg, and then we rented a car. So we'll have a car for the next week while we travel to the different Christmas markets, because it's just so much easier. If it was just me and Ryan, we would definitely be taking the train, saving the money. But it wasn't that much more money. It's only a little bit more having the car than it would be to pay for all the trains to all the different places. It's just a matter of saving time to us. And having the car with the car seats that we rented through the rental car is so much better than having them on the trains, because they don't behave, they want to run around, especially the baby. He wants to get down and run around. And if he doesn't nap, then that was, 5 hours that we had yesterday where he only napped for like an hour, and the rest of the time he was just wanting to run around and play. But we can't really do that on a moving train. Plus it was very crowded. The trains were like fully booked, so
especially the last one.
Yeah, so we figured it's just better to have the car. It's easier for us, spend a little more money, but we're gonna truly make the most of this week and have the most fun. So we're here in Nuremberg first. This is the first of 7 Christmas markets in 7 days. Today is day 1. And by the end of this year, if everything goes to plan, we will have been to Christmas markets in 12 European cities over 9 countries. So why did we choose Nuremberg as one of our Christmas markets?
Because Nuremberg has one of the oldest Christmas markets in the world, dating back to the mid-16th century.
It's also the largest Christmas market in Germany and one of the most famous in the world, drawing about 2 million visitors every year, which is crazy. Today is also a Saturday, which I'm not very thrilled about, because the last Saturday at the Christmas markets we had was in Prague, and I've never seen crowds like that before. Saturday and Sunday are usually the most crowded days at the Christmas markets, because a lot of people come on the weekends, especially if they live in Europe. They can just take the train for a few hours and spend the weekend. A lot of tourists. It was so crowded we could barely push the stroller through the crowds. At that point, it's not really like even enjoyable for us. We were kind of over it after a few minutes because we couldn't even walk without getting shoved. We couldn't even see what was at the stalls because there were so many people. So I'm hoping that Nuremberg is not as crowded, but from everything I just said about it being one of the most famous and the largest, I'm not too hopeful, but we're gonna make the most of today regardless. We're out a little bit earlier today. It's about 10:30 in the morning. So we grabbed a quick breakfast, and we're gonna head down and find some parking in the center and kind of do the markets in the daytime, because at night it gets a lot busier. So we're gonna head down to the center, find some parking, and we're gonna see what these Christmas markets are all about here in Nuremberg, see what kind of foods we can try, what kind of souvenirs they have. We're gonna try to get another souvenir mug, because we have gotten a souvenir mug in every Christmas market we've been to this year. Not that we have any room in the luggage to put them, so, but we're gonna figure it out. So let's get going. So I marked a couple parking garages on Google Maps, and the first one says it's full. But we just saw somebody leave, so
Might just have to wait.
maybe if we just sit...
Like we did in Venice.
Yeah, maybe if we just sit here and wait for people to leave. And this parking garage, as we're driving through, it's right next to the markets. It's like, I think the closest parking garage. There was a big Santa outside I was really excited to go see.
Yeah, I don't think we can get any closer to the market. But...
Yeah, like we literally drove through the markets. Like there was stalls on either side of us. So I think we're gonna sit here for a little bit and see if we can get in. I mean, it is pretty early. It's like 11 o'clock. So I don't know, maybe people will be leaving for the day. I don't know. I see a spot over there. We only waited like 2 minutes and we got in. So I'm glad we stayed here instead of driving around to another parking lot.
Sometimes it pays to wait.
Sometimes it pays to be patient, even though we only had to be patient for like 2 minutes. Yeah, there's a spot right there, and then there was a spot way at the end too.
Yeah.
You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, Isla? You ready?
This is my car.
Yeah, smile.
This.
You wanna go see Santa?
Mhm.
Let's go see Santa, come on. You gotta get on the back of the stroller. All right, ready to go. There's even pictures of Santa. You wanna go in? So, we had quite the adventure today.
I think that's an understatement.
It's probably, quite possibly, the worst day of our lives as parents. We went to the kids' Christmas market in Nuremberg, and it was great. We had a great time. There's tons of rides there. There's good food. It wasn't too crowded. The kids had a lot of fun. We got to go on a bunch of rides with them, so definitely really nice. None of the Christmas markets that we've been to so far have been like a dedicated one for children, so that was really nice. And then after that, we decided to go to the main Christmas market over in the main square, and it was crowded beyond belief, even worse than Prague that first night we were there, and that was, I didn't think anything was ever going to top that. So we walked into the market, and Ryan was in front of me with Ethan in the stroller, and then Isla was standing on the board behind it. He was pushing the way through the crowd, and somehow I got lost behind him. There was a lot of people, everyone was shoving each other, and before I knew it, I couldn't see him, and I wandered around trying to find him for a little bit, and then I kept calling him over and over, trying to figure out where him and the kids went. And I finally got him on the phone. He tried to explain to me where he was, and I was trying to make my way over there, and I hung up with him, and then he calls me back saying that Isla was gone. So we're both panicking. He has the baby, so he can't leave and go look for her. So I run over to where he said he was. I'm searching around for him. I finally find him. I grab the baby, and he runs off looking for Isla. I guess he looked at his phone for a second when I was calling him, and she just bolted. She just jumped off the stroller and ran, and there was a wall of people, and he couldn't see which way she went. So he ran off looking for her, and then I saw the police in the distance, like the police car at the end of the market, so I ran to them and told them what happened, and they took a description of her, they took a picture, and they sent all their officers an alert, so everybody was looking for her, and Ryan was running around like a crazy person, you know, yelling her name, pushing people out of the way, trying to find her. Probably like the scariest thing, I think I'm gonna cry, probably like the scariest thing that's ever happened. And the thing is, we have an air tag on a little kid's bracelet that we have for both the kids that we got before this trip, and we said that we were going to have it on them all the time because this is one of our worst fears, is losing them in a crowd. And she did not have it on today. I don't think she's worn it at all this entire trip, just because she likes to take it off and I don't want to lose it, but I think she's going to have it from now on. But we did find her after what felt like a lifetime. It was probably less than 10 minutes. I saw her in the distance running towards me when I was sitting there with the police. And I don't know if somebody found her or if she found her way back. I don't know. I don't know where she went. I asked her what happened and where she went, and she said, "Mommy, I got lost," and then laughed about it. So we had a very long talk with her about why she cannot run away from us, why she has to stay next to us, and how worried we were about her. And we called Ryan. Ryan came back, and everybody was crying, and So that definitely put a damper on the day. Very scary. But with all that aside, Nuremberg is probably our #1 Christmas market right now, better than Vienna, which was our previous #1. There's so much to do for kids. There was so many different stalls, tons of good food options, and I noticed that here there was the most variety between the stalls, from like handmade ornaments, wooden toys. There were hand dipped ornaments that they were doing at one of the stalls, all different kinds of food to try. They had the best hot chocolate out of all the markets we've been to, and the best gingerbread cookies. And they even had pictures with Santa Claus that you could pay for, which of course we did. Isla's been talking about seeing Santa for weeks, and we saw the fake animated Santa at the entrance of the Christmas market, but then once we got in, they had a whole stall, and Santa was in there, and we took a picture with him as a family, and it was really cute. Isla ran over and hugged him and kissed him on the cheek. It was really cute. So definitely really nice market for kids. We had a good time until we got to that crowded market and lost Isla, but we have her back now. She's sleeping in the back seat. A very emotional day, but now we're driving over near Frankfurt area. It's about 2.5 hours from here, and then tomorrow morning we'll be driving the other 2 hours to Cologne, Germany, which is Christmas market #2, day 2 of our 7 days of Christmas markets here in Europe. So we'll see you tomorrow when we head over to Cologne, Germany. We're up next. We're here in Cologne, Germany today. We're very excited. Cologne is our day 2 out of 7 days of 7 different Christmas markets. And right now we're on the Ferris wheel. We finally found parking here in a parking garage. And the first stop we had to make was the Ferris wheel because Isla has been asking to go on the Ferris wheel ever since she saw it from the bridge on our way into the city. So here we are on the beautiful Ferris wheel. And after this, we will be checking out some of the markets. I heard they're amazing here. So just from the quick Google search that I did on our drive over here this morning, they have tons of Christmas markets here. There's the Christmas market at the Cologne Cathedral. There's one at Newmarket. There's a St. Nicholas Village where St. Nicholas himself greets the kids and sings carols to them every hour. There's also the Angels Market that I read that have angels on stilts and an angel on a horse giving kids chocolate at 5:30 every day. I heard there's a huge ice rink. There's rides for the kids. There's this Ferris wheel that we're on. There's carousels. So really excited to get out there and see exactly what it's like here. If it's anything like we read online, it's going to be such a fun day, so we can't wait to get out exploring. Ready to explore?
I want to go on carousel first.
You want to go on the carousel? Okay.
I'm going to see Daddy down here.
I don't think you can see Daddy from up here. We're so high. And it's so crowded. Right? Look how crowded it is. There's a nice little market right outside the Ferris wheel. This ride was a little pricey too. It was $9 for adults and $6 for children over 2. So a little expensive. But I think we've gone around this 5 times.